Bitcoin prices taking a bit of a breather today. Let's give you a look at where we're sitting. 53,997. Remember, at the weekend, we were sitting above that 61,000 level. Prices pulling back as investors digest a potential ban from India on the cryptocurrency still. Year to date, Bitcoin has risen nearly 100%, and our next guest thinks that it could hit 100,000 by the end of this year. Hadley.
Well, Antoni Trenchev is the co-founder of Nexo, a London-based crypto lender with over $4 billion of assets under management. It's great to have you on the program. I just want to kick off with getting you to walk us through the benefits of investing at Bitcoin at this point, because I tend to think of this as like the bad boyfriend. It gets you extremely emotional. It's up, it's down. How do you play this?
Hadley, the important thing is that Bitcoin's heart is in the right place. So, there is always ups and downs in any relationship, but ultimately it's about horizons, it's about time perspective. And on whatever long-term scale you take a look at Bitcoin, it's outperforming any other asset. And I don't see any reason why this trend should discontinue at this stage. The macroeconomic environment remains, with the printing machines working around the clock. There's a fight for scarce asset, and everything is in Bitcoin favor still.
There are a lot of investors out there that are saying that the price gains that we're seeing in Bitcoin's being driven by speculation. You think that it will hit 100,000 by the end of the year. Explain the rationale behind that call on Bitcoin, which is currently sitting at 53,000.
I made a call for $50,000 when Bitcoin was trading around $6,000. My rationale back then was the macroeconomic environment and the fact that Bitcoin is a better version of gold. And I made the case that if it only captured 10% of gold's total market cap, it would be at 50,000. I see it go in the next 12 to 18 months to 100K for the simple reason that we are in a stage where this is predominantly still a institutionally driven rally. We haven't yet seen the retail come as strong as would be indicative of a top. And last but not least, Bitcoin has gotten to a stage where it's now an investable asset because it has reached the 1 trillion threshold. And there are a lot of entities, institutions, pension funds that are even not allowed to invest in anything that has a market cap below 1 trillion. So a lot of new players coming in, taking the lead from Elon Musk, MicroStrategy, and some of the guys that we have already seen entering crypto.
Right, we had a guest on the show a little bit earlier on who said that Bitcoin is not replacing gold as a hedge against inflation or rising interest rates. What do you think of that?
I beg to differ. What we see in Nexo, we have our finger on the pulse of the market, is rotation out of some of the ETFs that are following gold and inflows into Bitcoin. That's how we came to grow from, a modest startup 3 years ago to an entity that now manages over $5 billion in assets. We do see that trend accelerating, and you see that in the price action, you see that in the flows. Gold hasn't really moved that much since May last year, whereas Bitcoin has outperformed significantly.
Some suggesting that the decline that we're seeing today is on the back of a potential ban coming out of India. We're, of course, yet to still hear about the regulatory impact that the United States may put on Bitcoin as well. Could that be a headwind for the currency, the cryptocurrency, going forward?
Well, bans are as strong as countries are united. Unless we see a coordinated effort by the G20 where they would all do the same thing, it's going to be, just a drop in the sea. And quite frankly, India has been banning Bitcoin and mining and everything crypto-related every 2 months, so I don't think it's that big of a news. The correction that we're seeing right now, I think it was largely due to some leveraged trading over the weekend by some retail traders, betting on the notion that the stimulus checks that are starting to hit U.S. households are going to make their way into Coinbase and from there into crypto. But when a trade is too obvious, it usually turns out quite different. But this has nothing to do with the long-term prospects of Bitcoin, which to me remain quite bullish.
We'll wait and see. Antoni Trenchev from Nexo UK, thank you very much for joining us.